Dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
You know, the career had been so consuming for the last 7 years that I felt like I'd had enough of giving everything to that.
Well, Sabu, right before your phone died, that question, we wanted to circle back to it real quick. Let's find it here. Yeah, like Devin said, I know you talked about it before, but can we please hear the story of RVD and Sabu being pulled over in 2006? So, yeah.
So I'm driving, speeding, but not on purpose speeding, but I drove fast and was careless, just trying to get from town to town, nighttime, and went through a speed trap. Not that I'm ducking the blame, but I got pulled over and I had some really good smelling weed in a bag in the center console, and the cop could smell it. And so, I was just like, yeah, we got weed, it's right here. And pretty soon they pulled all our shit out, all our luggage all over the ground and everything. And then had me drive and follow him back to the police station. And then we paid. I think we used an ATM. Did we use an ATM there? It seems like we used. Who's frozen?
Oh, he's frozen.
Looks like he's looking at fire. I feel like we used an ATM machine right there. It was at the fucking police station. But anyway, we gave him some money. We left, and then Sabu was like, "Oh, we need to tell Johnny, what happened." I'm like, why the fuck would you tell? Why are you going to self-snitch? Like, dude, because I got pulled over lots of times and never worried about telling anybody, and nobody almost ever found out, So that was like the furthest thing from my mind. I didn't realize how big of a deal that it was. But like I've been saying lately, even though I've heard me in interviews talk about the big arrest, I now know that I wasn't even arrested. So that's what I want to ask Sabu about and see if he realizes that.
Yeah.
If he comes back.
If he comes back. That had me going. I was like, Sabu's really into this, so I wonder what he's going to say. And then he was frozen.
Yeah, the guy took our money and then, we signed some shit. And said I think there was a court date or something, maybe, I don't know, but we left. And then he came out in the parking lot while we were getting in our cars. And he said, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry." He goes, I forgot to get your mug shots. He goes, let me get him right here. And he took our mug shots, look this way, look that way, standing in the parking lot. And that's what I want to ask Sabu if he remembers that. Because that was like so weird. And now I realize that was not an actual arrest. That was bullshit.
Wow, that's crazy. I never getting mugshots in the parking lot. That makes zero sense.
Right, and you don't drive when you're arrested. You don't drive when you're being detained. You know what I mean? Like, you lose your rights. So that never happened.
Man, that's crazy. Let's get a couple super chats. I know I
got suspended for 30 days, and then both championship belts were forfeited, and then I felt like ECW was in the toilet, swirling down the drain, and that they wanted to flush it.
Yeah.
And so my passion was gone. I said, all right, I'm finishing up my contract, and then I need a break. I'm not going to resign. And talked many times about what it would take for me to resign, and I chose spirit first. It was priority for me to get my spirit healthy, and I couldn't do that if I was chained to a timetable, because I'd be counting the days till I had to come back. What they offered was, how about you sign for 6 months, or you sign, it says you'll come back in 6 months, you go enjoy yourself. Okay, a year, whatever. And I was like, I can't do it. I got to know what it feels like to be free in order to grow from where I'm at right now. And I just knew that, I've been doing a lot of inside studying, and I needed that. The career had been so consuming for the last 7 years that I felt like I'd had enough of giving everything to that, and I needed my spirit to be healthy again. I needed to be detached from what was consuming me, and only then would I be able to grow enough to where I would know when it would feel good and I'd be strong enough to go back. And it never fucking happened.
Yeah, man. When you think about, were you kind of checked out of wrestling at that point too, for just the aspect of wrestling and the hustle and bustle of what the WWE ecosystem was?
I was then. I didn't care if I ever got set foot on an airplane again.
Right.
I did not want to travel. I was done and burnt out with everything. And some months went by, and I didn't want to do anything. I wasn't looking into it. And it was a friend of mine, Kirk White, who's a wrestling promoter, big time wrestling nonetheless, in California, not the shitty one in Ohio, but Kirk White said, hey, I've been talking to this guy in Portugal. I guess he's going to book you there. And I'm like, what do you mean? He guess he's going to book me? He said, yeah, no, I guess, he's, and I guess, he's going to book you in Portugal. I told him I'd take this much, and he said, okay. And I was like, oh, he did. And that set my new standards. And I owe Kirk White for that, because after Kirk, that became my new standard. And I was like, well, I guess it's worth it to leave home if I'm going to be getting this much. Any less than that, I don't want to do it. And that was probably 97, 98 or whatever. And then, and also the promoter in Portugal became a good friend of mine as well.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so this happened in before you went to WWE? That book and pray? 97, 98?
Oh, that doesn't make sense, does it?
Would it be 2007 or 2008?
Yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I was trying to line it up too, because you left WWE in 2007, right? Initially. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then you started.
Here's why I don't know how, though, because this always confuses me whenever I stay thinking about this long enough. ECW One Night Stand was in June, right? It's a June pay-per-view.
Yeah,
June. I won the WWE Championship belt. Okay, then I got a few weeks later. Now it's July. I get suspended for 30 days. Now it's August. I didn't think I stuck around that long, so I'm trying to figure out how did I make it into 97. But I know I did. 2007. No, 97. Wait.
No, 2007.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, 2007. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I was around a little bit longer. Maybe I had the belt longer than I thought I had. Maybe I don't know. I just remember my contract was coming up. And then
I'm taking a look right now. Let's see. So WWE 2007, it says. We're taking a look. Oh, there's a lot of stuff on you. Okay, here we go. He returned to the independent interview. Okay, the day after. Wait, let's see. It's not giving me a date. So, okay. Rob Van Dam once again faced Orton at One Night Stand on June 3rd, this time in a stretcher match. Although it looked as if
A year
Orton.
later, how the fuck did that happen?
So this is like, yeah, this is 2007. So this was the following One Night Stand, right? And then, so despite when the match, Orton continued to attack Van Dam, ending with an elevated DDT off the barricade, and then you were carried out on a stretcher after the match. Van Dam left WWE due to being burnout and needing time away. And then it says, your return to the independent circuit happened in 2007. You defeated Booker T at Pro Wrestling Alliance Christmas Chaos, which was in Pasadena, Texas, in December 28th of 2007. So
I always knew I could take him.
There you go, right? You shooped him up. And here, this is what you were talking about, Rob. He returned to the independent circuit by competing for Associação Portuguesa de Wrestling, APW, in February of 2008.
Axel. Okay.
So there we go. And then New Wrestling Evolution in Spain, then you wrestled after that.
That was Rikishi's group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that's right. Say, you want your 2025 to feel like a 5-star frog splash from the top rope, up courtesy from RVD? Well, you can get no better than those THC gummies or CBD gummies from Via. Tell you what, I love both versions, whether it is THC or CBD of the gummies. Big fan of the Flow State, which is the CBD version. Kind of gets you a little bit more focused, a little bit more in tune with your environment. And then I also like the Elevate. That does the same thing and gets you a little bit more perked up too with that THC. But they have the options if you're looking to relax and chill out. There's that for you too in CBD form or in THC gummy form. RVD's a big fan too. He got his Via, and we both like the product quite a bit. And we got a special deal for our listeners. So if you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code link RVD to receive 15% off. And if you're new to Via, you get a free gift of your choice. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Enhance your everyday with Via.